do. So without any further ado, we are going to get started here this week, and perhaps the heaviest hitter of the week is our very first game, and this is Starlink Battle for Atlas, and there are two different versions of it here. As you can see, we have the digital edition. There is also the Deluxe edition, and they are two different prices. Hey, Game Boys, welcome to the stream. The standard edition is $59.99, and you do get 300 Nintendo eShop coins. And then the Deluxe edition, this one is $79.99, and you do get 400 Nintendo eShop coins. Let's check out what Starlink is all about. Now, the cool thing about this version of Starlink is the fact that it is the only one. This is a multi-platform game, so it is going to be available for Xbox One. It is going to be available for the PlayStation 4. But this is the only version where you will get Fox McCloud and the Star Fox team, where you will basically be leading a group of interstellar pilots dedicated to free the Atlas star system from Grax and the Forgotten Legion, featuring guest pilot Fox McCloud and his R-Wing, plus bonus Fox missions. You'll start your adventure with 5 starships, 7 pilots, 12 weapons, and you can mix and match parts to customize your starship and build your own unique playstyle through pilot abilities and different weapons. The Nintendo Switch system, again, has the Fox McCloud pilot, R-Wing ship, and exclusive missions. And in the Deluxe edition, what it gets you is the game itself, the Digital Lance Starship Pack, the Neptune Starship Pack, the Pulse Starship Pack. As we are going to, bear with me for a moment. I scrolled and I didn't want to, and it moved me down. Sorry. Sorry. So here you can see the different packs that come with it. So again, you get the Digital Lance Starship, Tune, Pulse, Levi McRae, Digital Razor Lemmy Pilot Pack, Digital Crusher Weapon Pack, Digital Iron Fist Weapon Pack, Digital Shockwave Weapon Pack, Digital Nadir Starship Pack, Digital Eli Arborwood Pilot Pack. Man, there is a ton of stuff for $79.99. If you figure just these 2 bonus items make it worthwhile to get it, if that's actually what's included. Let's see exactly what's in here with the bundle. No, it's everything that's in here that's shown here is what comes with it. So that is pretty cool. $79.99 gets you a ton of DLC right out of the gate. Game Boy says, I've seen the figures that they're selling, and they look so cool. Yeah, they look like amiibos turned up to 11, really, and a lot of the stuff. There's a lot of static model quality to some of the figures and stuff that they are selling. Now, Warriors Orochi 4 is another one where there's 2 versions. There's a standard and deluxe version of the game. And if you are looking for pricing information for any of these games, I do have it down below in the more info section for you to check out too. The standard edition is this one here. It is $59.99. And then the deluxe edition that we have right here, this one is $89.99. And let's check out the clip from this. In a lot of ways, this reminds me of like God of War. And it is a dream collaboration starring heroes from Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors with a roster of over 170 playable characters. 5 new characters, Zeus, Athena, Ares, Perseus, and Odin join the battle. The software includes features that support online play, so you are going to need the Nintendo Switch online account for that if you are going to take advantage of all of the online features. Let me know too, I'm getting a little bit of buffering on my end, and it could be just that I am streaming I'm broadcasting while streaming just to have a monitor going, so if everything's going good, just let me know. But you do get let's go back here, sorry, I hit the wrong button. You can bonus mount Pegasus, bonus mount Unicorn, bonus costume for Wang Yi, Zing Kai, and Takatoro Toto. The bonus is digital only, so the bonus edition basically, even if you buy the physical version, it's a download code that you get in there. This is 1 to 2 player locally, 2 to 6 player supporting on the Nintendo Online, and they do classify this as an action adventure game. And again, this is Warriors Orochi 4. Next up we have, and the first 2 titles that we were talking about, both available tomorrow on the 16th, also coming out on the 16th, another one that has both a standard and a deluxe version, and that is Lego DC Supervillains. Now, the standard version is $59.99, and the deluxe edition that we have right here, this one is $74.99. The deluxe edition includes 375 Nintendo eShop coins. The standard edition includes 300, which is pretty typical of a $60 game. Let's check out the clip from DC Villains. It's good to be bad. Embark on an all-new DC Legend adventure by becoming the best villain the universe has ever seen. Players will create and play as an all-new supervillain throughout the game, unleashing mischievous antics and wreaking havoc in an action-packed story. Set in an open-world experience within the DC universe, the Justice League has disappeared, leaving Earth's protection to their counterparts who have proclaimed themselves as the Justice Syndicate. It is up to you and a crazy group of misfits to uncover the intentions of Earth's strange new wannabe superheroes. Joined by renowned DC supervillains, the Joker, Harley Quinn, and countless others from the Justice League, players will set out on yet another epic adventure. Now, in the bonus version, you also get, the Lego DC TV series superhero pack, the Villains TV pack, Villains Justice League Dark Pack, DC Films Character Pack, Young Justice Level Character Pack. Here we can see everything on screen now. Batman the Animated Series, Aquaman movie, Pack 1 and 2, Shazam movie, Part 1 and 2. There is a boatload of content that you actually get, and some of them, if we look on screen here, like the Aquaman pack, that will not be available until the end of the year, same with Shazam. So the cool thing, if you buy the digital version, or the deluxe version, you actually basically you're pre-purchasing downloads later on, so that's very cool there. The Lego games are always super fun. They're stupid, really, but they're so silly. They're a blast. And that is the DC Villains or Super Villains Lego edition coming to the Switch on the 16th. Now, Big Buck Hunter Arcade, this is one of them, I have to admit, and thanks Game Boys, let me know this is looking great on their end. I figured it was something with me streaming to have a monitor going and broadcasting. Big Buck Hunter Arcade, it's a guilty pleasure of mine whenever I see it in the arcade. It's one of those where if I have some extra quarters, I'm going to see if I can't get myself a 30-point buck, as the Yoopers might say there.
Get ready for the ultimate arcade hunting experience on your Nintendo Switch.
So I'm wondering if this is going to be touchscreen enabled.
Game adventures. 9 tracks. 45 levels at 7.
Or if it's going to be using the Joy-Con, the analog stick, you know what I mean?
Bring all the exciting arcade hunting action home in Big Buck Hunter Arcade.
Graphically doesn't look bad, but I mean, it honestly looks pretty similar to the Wii version, which the Wii version was okay. It was one of those where you could pick up and play and go. $29.99, 150 Nintendo eShop coins, 1 to 2 player locally, and it does support the Switch Pro controller like the one that I have here. Does not say touchscreen, so I'm wondering if it is touchscreen or not. Let's check it out here. You'll travel around, 45 hunting levels, dangerous animal encounters, 7 bonus games, over 20 critters from squirrels to bats, 2-player local multimedia, online leaderboards, and the Big Buck Tour Guide Girls. Again, it's one of those where it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Whenever I see it in the arcade, got to pick it up for $30. I think this one's a pass for me. Also coming out on the 16th, this is Rapala Fishing Pro Series. And going back to the NES, I always loved playing Black Bass. It was, again, another guilty pleasure of mine. Same game developer, Game Mill Entertainment. And honestly, I think I saw a store have this out on the shelves. I thought I saw this at Target over the weekend. Is that Kevin Van Dam? Tell you what, dango, dango, shoot. Build reputation, gain sponsors, and catch trophies. Become a pro. Again, looks really similar. Did you guys ever play the Wii versions of the Big Buck Hunter or the fishing games? Because this looks pretty similar to it to me. Wonder if you get to go to like Lake Okeechobee or wherever it is, wherever they do that big tournament down in, I think that's Florida. So that is Rapala Fishing Pro Series, comes out on the 16th, $29.99, 150 Nintendo eShop coins. It is neat to have the tie-in from the from the actual manufacturer of lures and whatnot and Rapala in this. One-player single. There is no multiplayer on it. There's 17 different species of fish, from largemouth bass to northern pike, and some of the most iconic fishing locations in all of North America. Unlock and choose from hundreds of authentic lures and equipment combinations as you try to outsmart your competition. Hey, DOA, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you coming by. Tell your girlfriend I said hi, and I appreciate her letting you come to the stream. So that one there, $29.99. Again, kind of like the Big Buck Hunter arcade, kind of a pass for me. Now, another one that's kind of a pass, Crayola Scoot. This one is $39.99, 200 Nintendo eShop coins. And this kind of, I couldn't find a video for it. I'll tell you that first and foremost. Kind of reminds me of Jet Grind Radio again a little bit. There's been a couple games lately that have been inspired or at least had that art style to it. And a little bit of Splatoon, to be honest with you. So in this game, creativity wins in this colorful freestyle scooter championship. In Crayola Scoot, more tricks means more color, and color can change the world in impossible ways. So get ready to take on Scoot Legends. Scoot Legends, really? Don't overstate yourself. Scoot Legends in a rainbow of thrilling event, or grab 3 friends for a split screen color clash. You can create your own Crayola Scoot character and start your journey to become a scooter legend. Perform insane tricks and jumps to splash your color and activate traps, boots, and shortcut. Upgrade your scooter and your rider style as you rise to fame and challenge for the championship. It is 1 to 4 player local, no online component at this point. Hey, Gaming Bros. Okay, I've got to stop the stream for a second here. Everybody in the stream, do me a favor. I want you to congratulate, I believe it's probably Aaron that's in here from Game and Browse, and if Helen's with him, congratulations to her as well. They just got engaged over the weekend. So, Aaron and Helen, congratulations. I'm glad that, I think Helen is the one that said, you guys now have your next co-op adventure right in front of you. Very cool. DOA, I did not see your tweet about retro, but let's circle back to that after the main part of Switch It Up here. And then we do have the 2 bundles that we talked about a little bit earlier with Starlink and DC Villains and Warriors Orochi 4. Now, Exhorter 2, this one I could have sworn we talked about a week or 2 ago, but this one is $12.99 and no Nintendo eShop coins on this one.
Rated E for everyone.
The king is dead, long live! You? Master turn-based fantasy strategy. So it's a turn-based RPG. I could have sworn. Oh, she's always welcome, DOA. And this fantasy turn-based strategy game, fighter or Cerulean and claim the crown as her rightful heir. Enjoy hours of single-player campaign and battle your friends in cross-platform multiplayer. So that tells me you can play against your friends on the Xbox One. There's 12 fantasy missions in single-player campaign, 8 intense challenge maps, cross-platform global online multiplayer. It may even be cross-compatible with the PC. Over 10 unit types with unique skills, and this does feature 1 to 4 player locally, 2 to 4 online, 2 to 4 player on local wireless. So if you're into turn-based strategy RPGs, Exorder 2, although they're just calling it Exorder here, $12.99, comes out on the 16th. Nightcore, welcome to the stream. Now, NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, this is one of those. I'm not a basketball fan. I will occasionally, I used to occasionally go to Milwaukee Bucks games. I live within 10 minutes of the University of Illinois. For 13 years, I've never gone to a single U of I basketball game. Not a huge fan of watching it, but I will tell you, this looks like fun because it reminds me a lot of NBA Jam. And NBA Arcade action is back with NBA 2K Playgrounds 2. The sequel to the original smash hit takes the street balling to the next level with a massive roster of current and retired NBA players, improved online matchmaking, and dedicated servers. 4-player online matches, 3-point contests, new playgrounds, custom matches, and more. Pick your team and get ready to jam. This is $29.99, and it does feature 1 to 4 player locally or 1 to 4 player online too. So that tells me there's also an online leaderboard. See, this is ridiculous. Even I, as a non-basketball fan, I can appreciate that. And by the way, Curry, this, if you're going to do this, it's got to be below the belt line. And NBA 2K Playgrounds 2 is, like I mentioned, $29.99, comes out on the 16th. Now, the Jackbox Party Pack 5. I love these games. They are so much fun. It's along the lines of like Use Your Words is another great one. And this is one of those where you don't need to be a gamer to appreciate. So let us check out the video for the Jackbox game Party Box 5. It's $29.99, and this one actually comes out on the 17th.
Twisted Trivia returns in You Don't Know Jack Full Stream. And it's joined by the game of hilarious hypotheticals, Split the Room, the robot rap battle, Madverse City, the inventive drawing game, Patently Stupid, and the Outer Space Fling Fest, Zeeple Dome. Play with up to 8 humans using your phones as controllers.
And that's the great thing about this, especially if you want to. Like I've hosted before where you can stream online, people can play on their phones, everybody gets to play. So much fun. $29.99 for the Jackbox Party Pack 5. And let's see what the... let's see. It says 1 player. You can do multiples when you stream online or play locally as well. If you like Quiplash and, like I say, Use Your Words, games along those lines, this is one you need to pick up. It is just, it's great. It's awesome. I am looking forward to that one coming out. Next up is Sinner Sacrifice for Redemption, and this is the first game that we have this week that I back out on. No, that is actually discounted at the beginning. It is normally $18.99 on sale for 10% off. It's $17.09 for starters, and that sale ends on October the 18th. Let's check out the preview.
Rated M for mature.
You've traveled so far, and your journey ends in this wretched place. But at least we are together at the end of the world. I wish you could rest, my love. But You must raise your weapons a final time. Only your sacrifice can free them. Free me. And redeem yourself.
So this definitely looks dark. It's interesting to see what they've done with the animation too, with the, in some ways the two-tone color, the black and red, almost kind of reminded me of something you would find on the Virtual Boy, quite honestly. Oh, that's not creepy at all. That audio on the voice there almost reminds me, if anyone remembers Jacob's Ladder with Job. Yeah, that there with the black and the red, that's almost Virtual Boy-esque to me. I mean, granted, the Virtual Boy was never, ever that high resolution, but you kind of get what I mean. Looks like a good hack and slash, to be honest with you. Like, I can see elements of, like, what am I thinking of? Kratos, God of War. And in this, you will rise from the depths of a crumbling kingdom and to the challenge of defeating increasingly difficult demonic bosses. Choose aspects of yourself to weaken before defeating avatars of sin in the action RPG Sinner. Sacrifice for redemption. Inspired by classic boss battlers and modern skill-based action RPGs with a dash of Gothic anime styling and horror storytelling. Sinner promises a thrilling and bone-chilling experience. This is a single player, and they all are calling it an action RPG. Hey, Snestalgia, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Person reminds me of Dante's Inferno. I haven't played that, but I wouldn't be surprised looking at. I mean, there's aspects of hell and damnation here that it wouldn't surprise me that the developers use that as inspiration in this game. So that is Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption. Now, Drift Legends, I was able to find a video for this, but it was for the Apple iPhone, and that already gives me reason for pause. The graphics look pretty decent. It's $4.99, and basically it is a tuner drift car simulator. There's 10 original tracks that you can check out. There's a ton of different cars to choose from, too, and you can customize them as well. Not nearly as robust as like a Gran Turismo. You supposedly have realistic physics simulating every aspect of car behavior, drive more than 40 powerful and exciting, highly detailed drift cars, customize your cars, realistic engine sounds for every car. You get turbocharger, gearbox, and tire sounds. Every car behaves differently. Drift on detailed tracks with different layout. Career mode allows you to get more drift experience. You can win special cars and tuning parts in the daily events. Race in the photo mode to take pictures of your car. Race replay videos where you can be filmed by a drone, and realistic 3D graphics. But again, it's a smartphone game. At least it's only $5. You do get 25 Nintendo eShop coins, and this is Drift Legends. Now, on the 18th as well, this one is weird. This is called Personality and Psychology Premium, and let's kick up the video for this bad boy right here. Personality Psychology Premium app helps in getting you the analysis of your personality psychology score. When you are worried within and looking for better help and looking to visit a psychiatrist, then Personality Psychology Premium is the best solution available on your click. It is a series of tests which you have to throw to achieve your personal score. These tests are very innovative and are created in a light, funny way such that nothing gets too serious or boring. Once you finish the test, you'll get the scorecard of your analysis. With this app, over the social gathering, you can add up to 5 friends. Bad translations on this description, I'll say that. With this app over social gatherings, you can add up to 5 friends at a time to go with the test and thus compare the results amongst players. Win trophies based on the type of test you try. Results help you improve your personality level as you get an idea of roads of improvement you acquire. This app helps you best when you're unable to figure out that you are. This app helps you best when you're unable to figure out that whether you are stressed, tensed, or worried. Try now. Poor English translations. I'll just say that right there. It does support 1 to 5 player locally, no online aspect to it. This is Personality and Psychology Premium. It's $8.99. It gets you 45 Nintendo eShop coins. And yeah, if you're using Joy-Cons, it almost makes me, reminds me of holding the cans for Scientologists a little bit. And that's not judging anyone's belief system. It's just, yeah, I don't know that I would dive into that a whole lot. Now, Momonga Pinball Adventures, this just reminds me of like a flying squirrel. It is $5.99. And let us check out the video here. Okay, I already like this better than most video game pinball games because you're not playing on a virtual pinball table. You're playing a pinball-inspired game, but it's not a traditional, like, 2D style pinball game, which is awesome. And there's a story mode? That could be really cool. So 30 Nintendo eShop coins, and a little flying squirrel takes on the forces of evil. Join Momo, Panda, and Fry in a quest to save the Momongas from the claws of the evil owls. Enemies, boss fights, exploration. It has all the ingredients of good old action adventure games, but with flippers. Not your average pinball. I agree. I like what I saw there. Join Momo in an epic adventure to save his tribe. One day, evil owls turned the Momonga village to ashes. They took the Momonga tribe and vanished. The only one Momonga got away. Young Momo barely survived the attack and was left for dead. All together now. Aww. And I lost my... Okay. After the raid, Momo was found by a panda in the outskirts of the village. A scar went deep from the top of his head to the tip of his tail. The panda brought him to a sanctuary to heal his wounds. This is where our story begins. Help Momo face the owls and free his tribe. Only a little flying squirrel can face the forces of evil. That's a lot of pressure to put on a flying squirrel. You know that? You get a unique pinball with a twist, action-packed gameplay, 9 storyline levels, 3 bonus level minigames, and 45 challenging challenges. This is a single-player game. $6. You know what? It's a unique take on pinball. I kind of like it. Next up, we have Spencer, and this one is 15% off. Normally $6.99, on sale for $5.94, and this one is on sale until the 18th as well. Let's check out the video. If I don't click the wrong thing. There we go. Why is this on the Switch? I mean, the graphics look very crisp, but they also look very basic, too. This is not something that needs to be on the Switch. This is a smartphone or a tablet game that really appears to be for a very, very young crowd. Am I alone in thinking that this doesn't belong on the system? Let me know. Chat, let me know. What do you think? Is this shovelware? Because this really looks like shovelware to me. Look at the jump physics. How terrible that was. So Spencer sounds like one of the minions. And let's check. Oh, where'd my cursor go? There we go. Sorry, hit the wrong thing again. This game is classic jump and run with challenging levels and enemies. Find missing items, destroy enemies, collect coins and diamonds. 3D graphics packed in a nice graphics style. I don't think so. I think those graphics look terrible. Great 2.5D levels and proven gameplay gives you hours of fun. You have to collect all coins to open the exit automat and finish the level. Excuse me. When all coins are collected, bonus diamonds will appear. Be fast. The house ghost is following you and will steal your bonus diamonds. Use special items to trick the ghost and get more diamonds. This looks way kiddie. I'd be happier if they put Nights into Dreams on the Switch as opposed to Spencer. Yes, I agree. $6 if you get it on sale. Normally $7. Yeah, that's a hard pass for me. Next up, this also comes out on the 18th, and this is Siberia 3. It's $49.99. Let's check out the video. Hey, Sean, welcome to the chat. Again, all of you in the chat, make sure you stick around. After the main Switch It Up, we're going to give you a preview of an upcoming video that is right now exclusive just to Patreons.
They found me when I was dying next to a river in the west of Siberia and took me in. They are accompanying the migration of the snow ostriches to their sacred lands.
It's a long journey, a very special journey.
Today I'm just trying to help them.
It's Twilight Princess. Or no, it's just Wolf Link.
I will do what it takes, Colonel. Migration must continue. No time to lose.
Protect the Yukons from those criminals.
You can count on me.
The soldiers.
No problem, DOA.
Kate Walker! No!
Leave me alone.
Do calm down, Miss Walker.
This again looks like Wii era graphics.
You can't go to there anymore.
The Yuko caravan absolutely must continue on its migration. Do you understand?
The animation of the mouth, the speech was not crisp. I know I'm nitpicking, and that's not what is important when you get down to gameplay, but
Come get some.
I guess I'm really hoping to see more for the Switch coming up, you know?
Now that I'm so close.
So, Kate Walker is found dying on the banks of the river by the Yukon tribe, a nomadic people accompanying her migrating snow ostriches. Accompanying their migrating snow ostriches. Snow ostriches? Together, stuck and imprisoned in the town of Valsembor, they must find a way to continue their journey in a race against their enemies and unexpected obstacles, not to mention Kate's past, which catches up with her. This features a world filled with exceptional storytelling, imagined and drawn by Benoit Sokal, with music by Enon Zur. Discover an enchanting world full of mysteries and life that you can completely explore in 3D. Immerse yourself in the story, original puzzles, and mysteries of the fabulous adventure of an unforgettable heroine. One player. Honestly, I'm kind of wishing that they had a little bit more substance here in the description, especially for a $50 game. But this is Siberia 3, $49.99, comes out on the 18th. Now, Moto Racer 4, this is one when I saw the video the first time, this may be my hidden gem for the week. Let's check this one out because I'm pretty geeked about this one. This one actually looks like it could be fun.
Peggy 7.
In Moto Racer 4, this is a racing game where you can play on either asphalt or dirt. In a world where freestyle and risk-taking dominate, oppose your riding style all over the world. Impress your opponents and win races with class. Master drifting, wheelies, sharp turns, and other techniques to earn a place on the podium. Customize and upgrade your bike. Progress through the Moto Racer 4 and take in the stunning environments from the U.S. to the Himalayas by the way of the desert. Moto Racer 4 takes you through perilous, breathtaking courses at 100 miles an hour. Now, the bummer for me, it's single player only. That's the one thing that's kind of a bummer. But man, this looks, it almost reminds me of Excite Bike 64 meets Excite Truck, and just turned up graphically. And then what is the game for Road Rash for the Genesis? Reminds me of Road Rash a little bit too. I mean, graphically, I like the draw distance. Everything looks good there. And I do like the aspect that you can either have street bikes or more of the off-road bikes available to you, too. Let's see, Sean. Gary, you are a Pepsi guy. I like it. Do you like Mountain Dew? Actually, I'm not a Pepsi guy. So with Moto Racer 4, you're expecting a diamond in the rough? A little bit. So for $35, and there is going to be a physical release. So to Sean's point, I'm actually a cherry Pepsi guy. I prefer cherry Pepsi to cherry Coke, but I prefer regular Coke to Pepsi. And I can't drink Mountain Dew anymore. It gives me too much of a sour stomach, but I used to drink it a lot. Moto Racer 4 comes out on the 18th. This really could be interesting. It could be good. It's one of those, I hope there eventually is a demo available, because it could also be really bad. And I just don't want to throw $35 away. Now, Blackbird, this comes out on the 18th. It is $19.99 as well. And we'll check out the video and see what it has to offer. Once upon a time, there was a poorly rendered 8-bit graphic. Lived a sad and pitiful child. They went on to create a YouTube channel called Rock Solid Productions. Wait, no, this isn't my story, is it? Excuse me. A bird of happiness or foul fortune? Feathers black, all lives consumed. So it looks like it's not really... kind of steampunky. I was going to say, it looks like it was set in the 1800s, but with some of the other stuff in there, it's definitely steampunk in its background, I would say. So with Blackbird, this is the tale of a young girl who dies one day on a street corner and is reborn as the ominous Blackbird. The bird is one of the great calamities spoken in the kingdom since ancient times. I just fly over and poop on people's heads, but that's just me. Become the calamity Blackbird and destroy the kingdom. What fates awaits this girl-turned-bird? Will you, the Blackbird, destroy the world? Will this lively, fun-filled kingdom tread the path to destruction? It has darkly humorous worlds built with loving care, pixel by pixel, visuals which recall a classic era of gaming. It's 8-bit. Just call it 8-bit. Don't get fancy. It's 8-bit style graphics. Completing each stage will reveal more of the mysteries and shroud the dark fairy tale-like exterior. Unique audio-visual mix combined with an action-packed shooting game. Your enemy's movement synchronizes with the operatic soundtrack, sung in a bizarre fictional language, creating a truly unique experience. There's 8 different endings, extra features galore. Blackbird received 2 awards at the Bit Summit Volume 6, a Japanese indie game festival held in 2018. Thank goodness we're getting an indie game that was actually awarded something in 2018, not 2013, not 2012. This is the best indie game from Japan in 2018. This is Blackbird from Onion Games. Comes out on the 18th for $19.99. Now, will A Wonderful World... There we go. This one is $14.99, and when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, not another one of those creep-tastic, like, Japanese anime women. No, it's not. Let's check it out. There was an urban legend, write down your troubles on a note, hold it in your hand at midnight and pray, God, please help me. Then God will hear your plea and change your fate. A young girl wakes up groggy and in an unknown room. A talking dog appears before her and she becomes startled by his revelation. They are gods and it is their duty to change the fate of any human that asks for their help. Letters appear in the mail, and with pen in hand, she begins her job. You will dive deep into the story and learn about those who seek out your help. But remember, changing someone's fate will affect others. Experience each story, edit letters, and solve puzzles. Perhaps the young girl's memory will return, but will she learn about herself and her mission? This is redesigned to perfectly tell the tale on the Switch. Read stories and use deduction to determine how to alter the fate of the game's cast. Each decision opens up the story and may even impact the plot lines of others. Progress through the game and also learn about the two gods, the mysterious girl and her companion, and enjoy punchy music and beautifully hand-drawn stills. This is Will, A Wonderful World, and this is $14.99. Comes out on the 18th. If you enjoy like puzzler type games, this one may be right up your alley. Spider Solitaire Black, this is coming out on the 18th as well. It's Spider Solitaire. It's coming out for the Switch. It's Solitaire for the Switch. It's $5. Comes out on the 18th. That's all the love we're going to give this one. Along with Season Match, another one. This is like a Match 3 style game, kind of like Bejeweled, with different backgrounds, different patterns. If you like those types of games, again, one you'll definitely want to check out. Neat graphically, $9.99. Again, we're not going to spend much time on this one. I think for what it is, a little bit overpriced. Now, The Room also comes out on the 18th. This is from Team 17 and is $9.99. And I'm a huge fan of Team 17. This is the same group that brought us Yooka-Laylee. So let's check out The Room.
Rated E for everyone.
I hope you guys are not hearing that audio distortion that I just got. Well, that didn't provide many answers now, did it? Fall into a world of bizarre contraptions and intricate machinery with The Room, a BAFTA award-winning 3D puzzler from Fireproof Games. Following a trail of mysterious letters, you find yourself entangled in a journey shrouded with secrets and deceptions. Trapped in the room with only an elaborate puzzle box, you must delve into the unknown using only your wits to unlock the answers you desperately seek. There are thought-provoking puzzles, entrancing artwork, a compelling story optimized for the Switch. This is a single-player puzzle strategy game, $9.99. I mean, at least here we can go through some of the images as well. There's just not much here to really inform you about as far as what this is. Hey, it looks like Jumanji almost. But that is The Room for $9.99. Now, Zarvot, a game about cubes, also comes out on the 18th. And let's check it out. Yes, correct. John makes a great point, not to be confused with the 2003 movie The Room. This is not a licensed game, and The Room was terrible. This is a game about cubes. I wonder if there are cubivores in here. A cube has no arms, so how could it pull blankets up? So in Zarvot, this is a game of cubes, tiny adorable cubes with hopes, dreams, unrequited loves, and unlimited destructive power. In story mode, you'll follow the adventure of Charcoal and Mustard as they search for the ultimate birthday present to cheer up their best friend, Red, who is feeling quite blue. Puns, people. Puns. Take the subway to 9 unique worlds where you'll battle rogue bananas, evil milk cartons, and crayon box spiders, whatever it takes to make Red happy again. I just want to know, can you travel on platform 9 3/4? Well, I guess not, because there's only 9 platforms, he said. Multiplayer mode. Invite your friends and challenge them to cutthroat cube combat. Demonstrate your skills with precision lasers, and rapid-fire guns, or master the devastating radio beam, blast, warp, and crash through walls in over a dozen destructible Thunderdomes across a variety of game modes. Oh, hey, Riff! How you doing, my friend? Ladies and gentlemen, the Pixel Game Squad is in the chat. And I will have some news about them in a little bit, too. Him, them, Gabo, my sons! In multiplayer mode, invite your friends to... Okay, we already went through that. Zip around boulders in the forest, face off in dramatic rainstorms, evade environmental dangers, and more. This is a 1 to 4 player game. Does not mention online mode at all. So that is Zarvat, a story about cubes, 1999, comes out on the 18th. Now, Dark Souls Remaster, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because it's an older game being ported to the Switch, and quite honestly, Bandai Namco, anytime that I put... I appreciate that, Riff. Anytime I put Bandai Namco content on the channel, they copyright claim it. So we're going to just talk about it versus showing video. There's plenty of videos out there. This is one of those. This game, like I say, it's a known quantity. It is finally coming out to the Switch. Looking at the screenshots and everything, it does look really beautiful. People say that the Tommy Wiseau film, The Room, is funny, like Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin was supposed to be funny. Yeah, neither one was funny. They were both terrible. It had bat nipples. I'm just going to throw that in there. Joe Schumacher's Batman and Robin had bat nipples. So this is $39.99. You do get 200 Nintendo eShop coins for Dark Souls Remastered. Now, Pizza Titans Ultra. This is a weird one because there's no video here in the Nintendo eShop on the Switch. You go to YouTube. I couldn't find a video to be able to feature here in today's video. You go to the Nintendo eShop on their website, it has a video. It's not hosted on YouTube, it's hosted on Nintendo's website. Thanks, Nintendo! But this is $11.99, and you do get 60 Nintendo eShop coins. And it almost has a G1 Transformers vibe to me, to be quite honest with you, with the way the robots or the mechs or whatever they're calling them. See that big, beautiful robot stomping around there? Inspiring. There's no mistakes, just happy accidents. And like some of them kind of remind me of like Wheeljack. There are some that remind me of Soundwave. But with this game, Pizza Titan Ultra is a fast-paced 3D third-person action platformer focused on fighting and smashing through a futuristic city in a giant mech to deliver pizza of all things. Experience arcadey action with the speedy attacking and dodging while attempting to control the massive weight of a 10-story mobile pizzeria. Just try not to make too much of a mess. This is a single-player game. It actually looks like it could be a lot of fun. I really, really dig the animation style. Like I say, it reminds me of G1 Transformers, to be quite honest with you. Tied Together, this one comes out now on the 19th, as does both, didn't cover that, but Dark Souls Remastered, Pizza Titan Ultra, those also all come out on the 19th too. Now with Tied Together, this almost reminds me of Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X.
Rated everyone.
And here you can see the way you are literally tied together. That's where the Knuckles Chaotix vibe kind of where I see that. Again, if you are here, stick around to the end. We've got some exclusive footage that we're going to share with you. A little bit of an announcement as well. yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but yeah, I've decided to do it. $14.99 for Tied Together. One fine day, a bunch of scientists created 4 tiny monsters. But for what? To test their cooperation skills, of course. So they tied them together in a tiny, monstrous chain and let them make their way through colorful, tricky, cooperative, experimental setups that only scientists can think up. Anybody complain the plot is as flat as 2D? Bullseye! You were right. The unbelievable truth is you are the monsters and we are the scientists. Get tied to your friends and we will test your cooperation skills and creativity. Single players don't even have a chance to handle the monsters' challenges. Also, it's a lot more fun to play with friends instead of playing alone, right? As a team, you have to coordinate movements, jumps, and cling around walls to complete the levels and stay alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Okay, I won't sing, I promise. But that's not as easy as it sounds, but all the funnier. And every time your monster's cooperative skills are not enough to end up in, it will end up in great chaos and great laughter. You'll play the award-winning, highly funny local co-op 2D party game. Tons of co-op and non-violent fun for the whole family, from child to grandma. Over 40 challenging levels in duo mode, 2 players, and even more than 20 tricky levels in the party mode with 3 or 4 players. Finish the levels as fast as possible and earn gold, silver, or bronze based on your time. Not Nintendo Online capable. Ugh! This would be a perfect game to be playing online. $14.99, 75 Nintendo eShop coins for Tied Together. Now, I hate running backwards. I hate running, period. I'm a fat man. Fat man should not be running. But I hate running backwards. This is $14.99 and comes out on the 19th. And this is a never-ending adrenaline-packed shoot-'em-down roguelite. I hate that term. That puts the emphasis on destruction and fighting over never-ending waves of enemies while time traveling through procedurally generated, fully destructible worlds. Pick your character and blast away enemies with a highly powered arsenal of shotguns, lasers, rocket launchers, singularity cannons, and other weapons. Sam and friends get stuck in a mixed space-time continuum and have to battle against Ugzon, this time reincarnated as a giant mech and his armada of deadly monsters. The battle will take them across different time periods and environments, from Aztec jungles to the deserts of Egypt, with a deadly boss awaiting at the end of each environment. Intense, never-ending action will have you destroying wave after wave of enemies on your way to the final boss. You think you're done with what you do? Think again. The game loops and sends even tougher enemies back at you. This is 1 to 2 player, locally, no online capabilities of it at all. But man, this looks like a good, just a shmup. It's more of a shmup than a roguelite is the way that I look at it, quite honestly. DOA, I have not. That rope ties them together reminds me of Kirby's Epic Yard. Yeah, I can see that.
I hate running backwards.
So that was, as you could see, the Steam version that came out earlier this summer. But for the price, not a bad little game. And then finally this week is this guy here. This is The Legend of Evil. And with this, first of all, I'm going to say the character right in front, that with the beard, is it just me or does that look like Doctor Strange? Just throwing that out there. And, very much kind of reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past a little bit. No video on this one, unfortunately. But in this one, it is $7.99, and you can play as Build as he triumphantly carries out his duties to destroy mankind. Build towers to summon procedurally generated demons that will unleash devastation on your enemies. Discover new demons and unlock new tower upgrades throughout your quest to bring out the apocalypse, not to be confused with the Alpocalypse, which is what Weird Al has. Overcome obstacles and challenges by utilizing your demon's unique strengths. It has a rogue conquest mode, which is different every time you play. You can build an adaptive strategy strategy and think on your feet to combat these constantly changing human scourges. Use unique demons, each with their own strengths, weaknesses, and special abilities. Experiment with endless combinations by fusing demons together. Meet exciting and new enemies and bosses of all sizes, and manage your resources while carefully balancing risk and reward. Single player, $7.99. Might be a good kind of pick 'em up, just a, not a hack and slash, but kind of a beat 'em up kind of, I don't know. Not my kind of game, but that is going to do it for this week's releases on the Nintendo eShop. The next releases that we have is the Paw Patrol, the Kart Racers, Cabela's The Hunt and the Strike comes out next week. Just Dance 2019 is coming out. Windjammers comes out on the 23rd. Friday the 13th, Killer Puzzle comes out on the 25th. Black and White Bushido is also coming out on the 25th. There's a lot coming out now, and I mean, here we are bottomed out, but the 25th, that's 8 days away. We'll already be back from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo by the time those other games come out. So winners for me this week, just looking at what we have. Starlink, I've never played any of the Starlink games. I don't know anything about them. But I'll tell you, just watching the previews, seeing the Fox integration from Star Fox, I think I'm going to have to pick up the physical copy of Starlink. Other than that, the DC Villains Deluxe Edition actually looks really good too. The Jackbox Party Pack those are always such great games. The main thing is you just need to have the people to play with. NBA Playgrounds, too, if you're a fan, like I mentioned. NBA Jam, definitely one to check out. Mamanga is actually something that I wasn't quite expecting, but actually looks pretty good. And Moto Racer 4, like I say, looks like it could be a sleeper game this week. But these are just my opinions. Let me know what you think here in the chat and after the fact in the comments section. Let me know what you think. As always, if you've got any comments or questions about anything that we've talked about here today, anything retro gaming related, send me an email at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can also go ahead and visit us over on Twitter at RockSolidStudios, and that's probably where I am the most active. But we also do have our Facebook page at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. Now, Twitter and Facebook, you want to keep an eye on those because this next week or so, as of Thursday, I'm actually leaving to go to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, where I will be... I don't know all that's going to happen there, but I do know that I will have a sheriff with me and Gabbo with me. That's right. Riff from the Pixel Game Squad and Gabbo, we're actually bunkmates this weekend. I hope my skin is soft enough for Gabbo. That's all that I'm saying there. But we will be at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I leave Friday. I leave Thursday. Friday is basically they've got the arcade open. I picked the boys up from the airport Friday at some point in time, probably do some sightseeing and some game hunting. Saturday, the expo itself actually opens, Sunday as well. I will probably be hanging out with the one and only John Riggs and Ryan at Castlemania Games quite a bit. And speaking of the fine Ryan Schlemmer from Castlemania Games, if you need any retro gear, make sure you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. On orders of $20 and up, you actually get free domestic shipping and handling. And on most items on the website, if you use promo code ROX10, you actually get to save 10% on your purchase. So pretty cool deal there that Ryan offers to all of us here with the channel. And then, too, if you do want to help support the channel, head on over to our Teespring store. The link is on screen right now. I will have it down below in a pinned post when everything is all said and done, and we do have this up from the archives. We do have a number of different shirts available now, not just the Super NES cartridge style like you see there, but we also have NES and N64 titles available, too. And that pretty much is going to do it for us tonight here for Switch It Up. Now, those of you in the chat, like I say, stick around because we're going to do a post show in a few minutes. If you missed the show tonight, now, one thing just kind of as an announcement. So next week, Monday, is when I am flying back from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I may do Switch It Up next week, Sunday evening, after the show from the hotel. I may do it Tuesday. Looking at the releases that we have next week, we have on the 23rd, the Paw Patrol, the Kart Racers. There is quite a bit coming out on the 3rd, but no insult to any developer. Nothing that substantial. So I may actually do the stream Tuesday night after I get back into town. I'll post that. Keep an eye on Twitter and Facebook. I will announce that when I make a decision as far as when we are going to have next week's Switch It Up. But again, for those of you in the live chat, stick around. We are going to have an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at an upcoming video you guys can all check out, and another announcement that very few people know about. So I am Gary. This is Rock Solid Productions. Live chat, stick around, and we will see you soon. All right. Someone had asked me a question early on.